This is PTI. I'm the host, Ryan St. Peter, co-host Justin St. Peter and Bobby Kelly. The first topic we'll be talking about today is Heim Bloom.
I think Chaim Bloom has done a good job as Red Sox GM, and people don't give him the credit that he deserves. He, it's not like he's not working on the major league team. One of the biggest points that people make when they're criticizing him is, oh, like he hoards prospects and he's not improving the major league team. But he just signed Trevor Story to a 6-year, $23 million per year contract. Their farm system went from 30th to top 10, and their team was just 2 wins away from the World Series. And another big point of people who don't like him is, well, he didn't do much to improve the bullpen, which, yeah, he didn't do much in the offseason, but the options weren't even too good either. There's only about two other options, Craig Kimbrell and David Robertson, maybe Kenley Jansen, so that's three. That could have been good for this team. So I think Bloom has done a really good job, and he doesn't deserve the criticism he gets.
I do not believe that Chaim Bloom is a good GM. He does not do anything with the pitching rotation. He just hoards prospects. He just does not do anything with them. Good example, Jeter Downs has no use for the Red Sox, but he's keeping him for some reason. And he's come up to the majors and he's done nothing. We should just trade away some prospects to get pitching. We need pitching.
Well, I think that a guy like Jeter Downs, he wasn't even supposed to be up here right now, but the reason that he's up here in the major leagues is injuries. And if there were no injuries, then he wouldn't be up here and he would still be in the minors. He obviously needs more time in the minors, and once he gets that time, he could become a really good player. Who knows? I don't think he'll be an unbelievable player, but who knows? He could become a better player. So I think there's no sense in trading. And I think, as far as hoarding prospects, I think people will see Bloom eventually trade some of these prospects, but there's no reason to right now because this team's just not in a position to buy. They're 49 and 48. They're a game above 500. They just got their first win in 5 games. They're not doing well. No reason to invest in this team.
I don't think their investments. I think they should sell Xander Bogaerts, rebuild, but just sell some prospects and just get a new core and just figure out from there.
All right, the next topic we're talking about is the best team in the Eastern Conference.
I think the
In
best
the NBA.
team in the Eastern Conference is probably the Celtics. The Celtics, they have Jason Tatum, they have Jaylen Brown. That's a really good duo. And then they have Robert Williams, Marcus Smart, a lot of really good role players around that. And adding Malcolm Brogdon and Danilo Gallinari, that's a 10-man rotation now. They had only an 8-man rotation last year. Now they're a deep team, and they have the stars that they need. And they showed that there's no Eastern Conference team better than them. They showed that last year. They continuously beat the 76ers in the playoffs, so there should be no argument that the 76ers are better. The Milwaukee Bucks, they just beat them in the playoffs. I understand that Chris Middleton was not available to the Bucks, but the Celtics, they still would have pushed them to 7 even with Chris Middleton, and I think the additions of Brogdon and Gallinari outweigh getting Middleton back for the Bucks.
The Bucks are just too good. They can be unstoppable with all the pieces they have. Even if the Celtics have depth, the Milwaukee Bucks still have Giannis and Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. They can just be unstoppable every day.
Well, I think the Bucks, they have the Celtics rather, they have one of the only guys in the league who can stop Giannis on defense, and Al Horford. They also have Marcus Smart. Malcolm Brogdon's good at defense. So they have many good defenders. Even Jason Tatum, he's solid at defense. He's tall. He has a long wingspan. He can stop Giannis. So the Celtics, they even proved it last season. They can stop Giannis. Yeah, Giannis had his games. He always will. There's no way you can completely shut him down. But the Celtics know how to contain him. And then when it comes to containing Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and the other guys, Celtics have the defenders to do that. So I don't see the Bucks as a major threat to the Celtics.
All right, do we have a third topic today?
Yes, the best team in the AFC West.
All right, so the AFC West is a competitive division today. or this year coming up. There's 4 possible teams that could win it. Who do we think is going to win the AFC West, guys?
I think the Los Angeles Chargers will win the AFC West. Their defense is just unbelievable. Even last year, if you add Derwin James being healthy into that defense, which for most of the season that wasn't the case, but when Derwin James was healthy, their defense even last season was great. But then you add Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson in the mix, that's an unbelievable defense. And then the offense, Justin Herbert's the top 10 quarterback in the league. He continues to improve. Their receiver core is great. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and their offensive line keeps improving. 2 years in a row, they've drafted offensive linemen Zion Johnson and Rashawn Slater.
All right, so he's got the Chargers. Who do you have?
I believe that the Kansas City Chiefs will win the AFC West just because of the pure talent on that offense and with a solid defense with Chris Jones leading the attack and with solid linebackers, and the Chiefs offense is just too unbelievable to stop with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce leading the helm. Even with the loss of Tyreek Hill, they still went out and got different players like Juju Smith-Schuster. They can still win, and people are underestimating how much that offense can produce.
Well, I think when the Chiefs, when they play such a great defense in the Chargers, it's just going to be really difficult to win. Because a big part of why Travis Kelce succeeded, and I think people underestimate this, is Tyreek Hill, him opening up the field. That opens up the middle of the field for Travis Kelce, and they don't have that aspect anymore. Sure, McCole Hardman's fast, Sky Moore is fast, 2 fast guys, but they're not at the same skill level as Tyreek Hill. So if you throw out a guy who's a track star onto the field, it doesn't mean he's going to do what Tyreek Hill does, because Tyreek Hill is unbelievable at running routes, not only having speed, but McCole Hardman and Sky Moore don't have that, so the open of field won't be open as often for Kelce.
The Los Angeles Chargers, they are a great team on paper, but every year they come out, they're always good on paper, but they never can finish. They always go to the playoffs and lose in the first round. They just can't finish, and I believe that's going to happen this year with some injuries like Derwin James, maybe Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and then the offensive line can get injured. They're a good team on paper, but they just can never finish with injuries and clutch moments.
All right, well, those are all the topics we have to talk about today on PTI. For me, I'm Zeke Sprague, and
I'm Justin St. Peter.
And I'm Bobby Kelly.
Justin and Bobby. We'll see you next time.